What's up, comic and pop culture fans? This is James of Hunter Comics. I'm chilling at the antique shop and I'm going over and pricing up some books right now of a collection I got in where I would say 90% of everything is signed, if not double signed, triple signed, or signed by even 5 or more people. This guy was clearly a con hopper, meaning he was going to every con he could see and getting every one of his books signed up. And the amazing thing is, this is the stuff he said that he's willing to sell. What does he still have? Since I've sort of made a name for myself as the Green Lantern guy, he of course reached out to me and said, I've got a bunch of Green Lantern that you might be interested in. Naturally, I said, sounds good to me. What resulted is frankly the most signed books I've ever bought at once. So we're going to show you every last thing. This is an incredible collection and a great pickup for the channel. I'm going to burn through these pretty fast just to show you what we're dealing with. But this entire stack and this entire stack is signed by at least one writer or artist. Green Lantern 1, The Virgin, and then the regular trade dress. Green Lantern and Huckleberry Hound, signed book. Green Lantern and Planet of the Apes, signed. This one is actually a small key. Signed once. Green Lanterns, signed. Hal Jordan and the Green Lantern Corps, signed. First appearance of Parallax, signed. The classic cover, and that's signed by Ron Mars, which I do actually have one of those already. Green Lantern Zero, signed. Ron Mars has a great signature. New Guardians Zero, signed. New Guardians Zero, a ratio variant, signed. This is really incredible. And the crazy thing is, there are more signed books here than I thought. He mentioned the signed books. He actually gave me a spreadsheet, and I actually think even on his spreadsheet, he forgot to mention some of the books that were signed. So he mentioned, I think, most of them, but definitely not all. So it was nice to get a bunch of extra signed books out of that. I was pretty impressed. We got the Jeff Johns Green Lantern Run, signed once. There's a key, Green Lantern Corps Recharge. Very nice. Ethan Van Sciver signed. Final Crisis 1. Green Lantern 25 by Rod Reese, signed. Nice. Pat Gleason. There's a signature right there. So all in all, it was just an incredible collection. There's a big one, first black Origin of Black Hand and the Blackest Night start. The White Lantern Corps Life Entity key right there. And I'm left with a lot of books where it's like, do I sell these? Do I keep these? I don't know. A lot of it is, in addition to being signed, is in that gorgeous condition. Look, we've even got some of those, that era books. We've got the first appearance of Aricia, signed by Joe Staton. Books are signed by any which artist. It's really great. There's some Neil Adams in here. It's really incredible. So the problem with a collection like this, being a Green Lantern guy, is, I have to remember, first and foremost, I am a business now, but when I get something like this in, it's like, oh boy, it really makes me want to actually hold on to every last thing. Death of Kyle's Girlfriend and Newsstand and signed and near mint. Wow. Pretty incredible stuff here. This classic team-up issue and signed. Some of the books actually felt fairly random to me. It's like, hey, you got that one signed? Interesting choice. And we are about to wrap up all of our single signed books. Pretty incredible, right? It only gets crazier. Check this out. This entire stack is double signed. So look at this. Boom, boom, boom. Double signed. Wow. First animated series adaptation right there. Adaptation. Sorry. Green Lantern 3D. Easily the most amount of signed books I've ever gotten in one sitting. When I've bought collections before, sometimes there'll be like 5, maybe 10 books signed in there. Look, Alex Ross. But this is just wild. So it was a crazy surprise to see the sheer amount of the books that were signed. I've definitely got an interesting situation on my hands. Look at that cover. That is a James book right there. So obviously some of this I'm not going to be able to sell. What an interesting signing. I think they should have remarked that, but that's still cool. First appearance of Jessica Cruz, double signed. I got 2 of them. Death of Hal Jordan. That one's signed by Gil Kane. Double signed and double signed. Now, this pile's the crazy pile. We're talking books that have 3, 4, 5, and in some cases 8 signatures. Here's a triple signed Green Lanterns, of which I have 2 and the second print. All triple signed here. Green Lanterns number 2. Same thing, triple signed. We've got another 80th anniversary, great cover, triple signed. Here's one of the crazy ones. I think by my count, there are 8 separate signatures on this book. That is absurd. I think that's the most amount of signings I've ever seen on a book I've owned, although my local shop has one Spider-Man issue that I think is signed by like 15 people, including Stan Lee, by the way. 3, another triple sign, another triple sign, another triple. Really incredible. By the way, what a fun issue. Larfleeze Christmas special. It's amazing. Triple signed. And here come the teardrop variants. See that like little teardrop looking thing? That is an error printing of the first issue from the New 52. This is signed by 5 dudes right there. That's incredible. Here's one that's signed by 3. This one appears to be signed by 5. This is the second print, I believe. And I've got another one signed by 5. Guys, this is incredible. There's another 3. There's 3. And there's a 3. And we also are going to show you this pile right here. Now, there was more than just all signed books. There were some meaty keys in here. This Youngblood ash can is not from this collection, but I just threw it on top. Funny thing, I almost bulked this out, and I looked it up. Apparently, there's actually some value there. So just goes to show you, you are never done learning in this hobby. Best book in the batch. We've got a green, look at this. First appearance of Hal Jordan, Carol Ferris, Abin Sur. This is Showcase 22, signed by Joe Giella. Now, there's a funny story about this book. The guy who bought this book was trying to get it signed by Joe, and unfortunately, he passed away. The guy was absolutely heartbroken that he wasn't able to get it signed. Comes home and he opens up the book. Apparently, it had been signed by him all along. So, guys, just a reminder, open your books. This one is almost kind of frail, though, so I would also be nervous about opening it, but by opening it, now he knows it's signed. We also have a first appearance of Black Mask, which is definitely going to CGC. This thing looks like a 9. That little oddball speck is the worst part about this book, so that's definitely getting graded. We also have the rare combo pack of 31 Justice League. Very nice. I have a full run of all of the photo covers there. We've got a few of the first appearance of Kyle Rayner. A few. I've got a couple Far Sectors, a variant, number 1, and most importantly, the second print, which had like a hilariously low print count. So that actually turns pretty valuable. I do have some Green Lantern 88. I do have a low-grade first appearance of John Stewart chilling here, right there. I've got a 57, and that's actually high-grade. First, Charlie Vicker, another high-grade silver. A bunch of these. First, Kilowog, that is the Canadian price variant. The newsstand, the direct edition signed by Joe Staton, and just a normal direct edition. That's pretty incredible. All of them appear to be near mint as well, which, wow. It's nice to get 4 copies of those. I've got the first appearance of Infinite Earths, the entire concept, and also the first Alan Scott meeting the Silver Age Green Lantern. There's a lot going on in this. First Krona, that's a hell of a Green Lantern key. We have another Green Lantern 87. This one's in much better condition and signed by Neil Adams right there. Might have to get that one graded with CBCS. I don't know. I've got the first Lamplighter, not to be confused with The Boys. First appearance of Dazzler, not to be confused with X-Men. That is the first Pie Face cover, the incredibly racially insensitive character. Second appearance of Star Sapphire. First appearance of Sonar. And first appearance of Dr. Polaris, which is a character that Magneto was ripped off on. And I'll show you a quick cut of all the books that I already sold before I got here. Someone actually just bought these books, so I better go ahead and get some footage of it before I ship this out. These are mostly, they chose to target the Silver Age missing pieces from their collection and ones that needed an upgrade. So we got Third Star Sapphire, a bunch of good stuff here. Some of it's actually like pretty nice high grade. 67, 70, 72, 73. Always loved that cover. 74. Tales of the Green Lantern Corps Annual 2, The Prophecy of the Blackest Night, written by Alan Moore. This was an upgrade. The 86. Then we have some lower grades, like 17, 18. First Karshan the Shark was here. 24. First Katmatui, 30. First Major Disaster, 43. And here it is, one of the best books of the entire pickup, a actual high grade copy of 59. Can I get a hell yeah right there? And he also opted to get this pile as well. The DC Universe logo of that hard to get cover. First appearance of Infinity Inc., a double signed first appearance of Jessica Cruz, a 5 times signed copy of the Error Printing Teardrop variant of number 1. That's how you do it. And then a Green Lantern 3 slab. And then to end everything, we've got some DC Universe variants. Death of Hal Jordan, DC Universe variant. These are incredibly rare and all high grade. What a nice cherry on top to an excellent purchase. We've got Newsies as well. Look at this. Some of these I actually do have the perfect grade out of. So these are going to be for sale. Not all of them. Look at that. First Kyle Rayner DC variant. And it's near mint. Whoo! That can get expensive. We've got a signed DC variant right there. Couple more. Here's the big one. The second print of 51. First cover appearance of Kyle. DC Universe variant. That's actually considered one of the more valuable and rare of all the DC Universe variants out there. Usually, and real quick, here's another alternate cover to 81, another hard one to find. Usually, if you're going to see a DC Universe variant on this book, it's the regular, not the second print. So I got the regular and the second print. Another one and another one. All in all, I think this was an outrageously good buy for the shop. I've already sold off some of the best books, like the first Guy Gardner in high grade. So we are going to have an entirely Green Lantern signed collection for sale sometime, I think, next week. So stay tuned for that. I'm going to have some real awesome stuff for sale. So shout out again to my friend, you know who you are, who sold these to me. Thank you again. This collection ended up being honestly nicer than I expected it to be, and I'm pretty happy for it. I'll see you guys at the next video, and keep on hunting. Make sure to come down to Sentiment Depot Antiques and Collectibles, where I'm set up with all of my comics, located at 238 West Delaware Ave, Pennington, New Jersey. Open every day except for Monday and Tuesday. Enjoy 10% off from Wednesday to Friday. See you there.